All right, so salt and needle. Salt and needle is the category we call self-care and gear care, and of course first aid. So I want to point out on the salt and needle is the first category is going to be first aid. It's going to be a trauma kit. A lot of times people mistake a trauma kit with a boo-boo bag. A boo-boo bag is for cuts and scrapes and things that aren't life-threatening. A trauma kit is something that's going to do the MARCH acronym. So massive hemorrhaging, airway, respiration, circulation, and hypothermia. So I'll always carry this. This is the smallest trauma kit I would carry. This is enough for me and or one other person, basically. When we go on UV groups, we always take the UV trauma kit, which is redundant 6 times. So I don't think we'll ever have a mass casualty event in the woods, but you never know. We're prepared. But a single trauma kit is going to carry things like my tourniquets and a hypothermia bag and some battle wrap, nasopharyngeal airway, trauma shears, that kind of thing. So I've also got in here somewhere, I combine this with my boo-boo kit, which has got a little Ziploc bag of Band-Aids and some burn cream and antibiotic ointments, that kind of thing. So besides a trauma bag or a boo-boo kit, you want to take your medications. So those are the 3 things you always want to take off with your salt and needle kit, is taking care of yourself and saving your life. Trauma bags, it's good if everybody has one of their own, because this is a single person setup, or a boo-boo kit, or you could also kind of work that with your pod. Like, hey, I'll carry the trauma kit. The likelihood that all 3 of us are going out, 3 of us are going to go down with massive hemorrhaging is pretty low. But at the very least, I've got 2 tourniquets in here, or improvised tourniquets we could do. And that would be good. You can coordinate that with your group, or maybe a big boo-boo kit for everybody. Something to include in your boo-boo kit people often overlook is a good pair of nail clippers. You should prepare your nails, fingernails, toenails before you go on a small hike. But sometimes you're out there and things happen, and I can't tell you how often a pair of nail clippers has been useful. So the next thing on your salt needle kit would be personal care. That's where you're going to want to take like extra contact lenses and my toothbrush, toothpaste, hand soap, my extra glasses, some rinse for my eyes, some Q-tips, dental floss. I've got these little folding scissors in case I gotta trim my beard in an emergency or something. You never know you need scissors. You could also trim your nails if you don't have like I've often split or ripped the nail half off and have to cut that thing off out there. So it's nice to have some scissors. Not strictly necessary, but a good idea. And I keep this with a tick key. I've got tick keys everywhere. Tick keys are great to have in Michigan so that you can just find the tick, scrape that little devil off. And another piece of good salt needle kit, besides your personal care, your toothbrush, your contact, hygiene, soap, bug wipes, sunscreen, that sort of thing, and your toiletry bag. Okay? Toiletry bag's just a little bag. I've got it in this bright red pouch I got recently. I've got some dry wipes in there, some toilet paper, some hand sanitizer, an extra Ziploc bag that's already pre-marked that says waste on it, so I can, if I'm in a place where I don't want to bury the biodegradable toilet paper or wipes or feminine products, I can pack that out. And I keep this in a little bag that's brightly marked, and it's got a little hanger so I can grab this and my trowel when nature calls in a hurry, and off I go. Some dude wipes or some monkey butt wipes or whatever those are called, and some bug repellent wipes or some sunscreen are also good things to have depending on where you're going and what time of year. I don't take the bug wipes in January. I don't even take the wet butt wipes because they freeze solid. I just use dry toilet paper. Right. Now, salt needle, besides personal care, like toiletries, personal care, and your first aid, also includes gear care. Your gear care can be something as simple as a little Remington oil wipe to maintain my pistol or knives, a little sharpening steel to maintain an edge on my knives and cutting tools, and this thing is called a rip spool. It contains some Kevlar thread and a couple sail needles on the inside. Who's this? Who makes these things? Exotac. So these are the Rip Spool by Exotac. It's got some thread, some heavy duty needles inside there, and about 50 feet of duct tape spooled around that. So it kind of answers that tape redundancy or thread. I can use this to repair my gear. I know you're going to hear on YouTube some people saying you could also do sutures with it. Don't suture yourself in the woods with dirty thread. You could take a suture kit depending on where you're going, but my advice would be just to close the wound with what's in your trauma bag and wait till you get back to the mainland so you don't suture up infections in there. So keeping a little roll of tape, needle, and thread, or a small sewing kit's a good idea. Another redundancy I don't have in here that's a good idea is a little tube of just natural chapstick. You can use that to maintain your equipment, put a coating on your knife, use it as lubricant, obviously for chapped lips. It's a fire extender, so a little tube of chapstick is always a good thing to have in your pocket. And then I carry a small container of sea salt. There's lots of uses for salt. We'll do a whole separate video on the use of salt. But literally, salt and needle kit means that. Sewing kit and some salt. It's expanded to talk about your toiletries, some electrolyte packets, caffeine packets, hot chocolate, that kind of thing. So that would be the salt and needle kit, making sure you're ready for first aid and trauma. Your toiletry and personal care needs, depending on how many days you're out there, might just be a toothbrush and some extra contact lenses. And then a couple, a minor bit of being able to take care of your gear and repair that on the spot in case something fails. So that's about it for salt and needle.